Kathy Griffin is one nasty person in every respect. And she has this show or special on the Bravo channel. Now, some of you, if not many of you, know what the Bravo channel is. They have these housewife shows on and these cooking shows on, these reality shows that aren't really reality shows on. The guy that runs it is a fellow by the name of Andy Cohen. And in many ways, not so much the shows, but his show, he does not, never has on conservative Republicans. He's always asking people where they stand on same-sex marriage, and fine, he can promote whatever he wants. But that's what's become of that station. And Kathy Griffin is one of the comedians he loves. And she's on the program, and she says some things. When was this? This was yesterday, in Hat Tip Breitbart. She says some things that are pretty awful. If they were said by any talk show host, you'd never hear the end of it. There'd be a left-wing campaign going on to try and push that host off the air, to try and attack their advertisers and all the rest. So I want you to hear this. This Kathy Griffin, I don't even know if her body parts even belong to her anymore. She's had so much work done to her. She actually looks like a guy right now. But, you know, to each his own, or her own, or its own. Maybe she's transgendering. I don't know. But here's cut 9, Kathy Griffin on her Bravo station, cable station, comedy special yesterday. Cut 9, go.
When Anderson Cooper was on the Kathy show. Anyway, you know, he was like maybe a little bit uncomfortable about me bashing the Palins because he's like an actual journalist and stuff. And so I promised him I wouldn't say anything bad about the Palins. So when I called Willow a dirty he just went to his safe place, and I'm not even kidding. Like, his body got smaller and he just curled up, and they ended up actually editing it out of the show. The point is that Bristol Palin and Willow Palin have a reality show, and I'm telling you the one to watch is Willow. Now, I am not saying that at 17 she's done porn. I am saying TikTok. All right,
so she called Willow a dirty W-H-O-R-E. I can say that on the air, right, Mr. Producer? Yeah, whore. And Willow is what, 17 years old? Something like that? Let me ask you folks something. Why isn't all hell breaking loose on this? And unlike Sandra Fluck, I always have to, in my head, rhyme it with a certain word because I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I know if I rhyme it with that word, then I know how to pronounce it because it's not fluke, it's fluck. I was corrected not long ago. Political activist, 30 years old, goes to college, tied in with the Democrats. You know, Rush talks about her. All hell breaks loose. We've got campaigns going on. We've got boycotts going on. We've got all kinds of newspaper articles, blog articles. Kathy Griffin is a nasty human being. And, you know, what is annoying me now is if you're a so-called comedian and you say these things, it's, oh, well, that's just a comedian. What she said was not funny. It's vile. And she plays to a largely gay audience, and she thinks that by saying things about Sarah Palin and her children, her daughters, that this is what folks want to hear, and that this is why she's on the Bravo channel. So I'd like to ask Andy Cohen and the Bravo channel, do you stand behind this stuff? Do you think this is funny? Calling somebody's teenage daughter a dirty whore? Saying that she's going to be, she hasn't done porn, but I say TikTok, meaning she'll be in pornography. Is this a joke? Is this funny? Is this what you say about somebody's kids? Picking on somebody's kids? Is that what they do at the Bravo channel? Now, I know they have censorship over there. I know a conservative Republican could never wind up on that Andy Cohen show. Say, look, I like you. I like the shows. They're great. But I'm against same-sex marriage. Now, that's not going to happen. For whatever the reason. He also goes to Obama fundraisers, Democrat fundraisers. Again, fine. But I want to know if he and the people who run the Bravo channel think that Kathy Griffin is funny. And if she's funny, if they think what she said about a 17-year-old daughter, to Sarah Palin, Willow, if that's funny. Or if it's demeaning of women and demeaning of kids. I'd like to know, wouldn't you? Now, I'm sure Politico will run a story on this. I'm sure they're all worked up about it over there. I'm sure all the left-wing blog sites will be looking into this. I'm sure Media Matters will care about this. I'm sure on Capitol Hill, the women, the liberal Democrat women in the House of Representatives are going to demand a hearing, right? And they're going to want to have Andy Cohen up there and Kathy Griffin and get to the bottom of this misogynist type of commentary. I'm sure they're going to want to do it. I'm sure all the cable companies that run the Bravo channel are going to be boycotted. I'm sure they're going to get all kinds of letters, aren't they? No, you're not going to hear a damn thing, except from me. These comedians, they're not even funny. They're just vile. And they pick on people, a 17-year-old young lady, who can't defend themselves. And obviously the pain they cause that family, I mean, I don't know it, I don't speak to them, but the pain they cause that family must be unbelievable. But they don't care. They don't agree with Sarah Palin. They don't like Sarah Palin. They don't like Todd Palin. They don't like the kids. So anything goes, except when it comes to the Obama children. Don't say anything. Can you imagine a comedian standing up, cable or otherwise, and saying these kind of things about an Obama daughter? Can you imagine that? No. And they'd be rightly condemned. But somehow, for some reason, the Palin family's fair game, huh? I say no. I say not at all. They're not fair game. And Kathy Griffin's not funny. She's a worn-out, Class C comedian hack that's worked too many bars. And I can't tell what she's transgendering to or from. Can you, Mr. Producer? She going to it or from it? I don't know. She's a big girl. She can handle my commentary. She's not 17, like the target of her hate. But I'm curious. Am I the only one disgusted by this behavior? If somebody said this about one of Barack Obama's daughters, Michelle Obama's daughters, we would be appalled as a nation. Sarah Palin was a vice presidential candidate. And we're not appalled as a nation when her family comes under attack, when her daughters come under attack, when her son comes under attack. I know she has more than one, but I'm talking about her youngest son. A special needs son comes under attack. People laugh. Her daughters come under attack. People laugh. Keep the families out of it, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever you do, don't bring up the Obama's children. And I'm going to tell you something. We conservatives won't bring up Obama's daughters. We won't attack his daughters. Because it would be disgusting. And we don't do that sort of thing. But the left does. Just remember that next time you're watching The Real Housewives of this, that, or the other thing. Or I don't even know all the shows. Or the cook-offs. Or whatever it is. Just remember when he sits there, and I've seen him in his show, smiling, laughing, having a good time. Just remember, he's the kingmaker behind all of this. Kathy Griffin has a program on Bravo because he wants her on Bravo. Because she says stuff like this. I forget what he says at the end of his show. Oh, Jackal. Our Jackal of the day, Mr. Cohen, is you. Because you allow trash like this to air. You're not only the Jackal of the day, you're the schmuck of the day.